A big welcome to all of you. This is the introduction video for then each zodiac sign. I just want to go into a little bit the details of what's going to happen on this full moon in Scorpio. Very important is that you prepare yourself to release. Scorpio is the sign where we are transforming, right? So I give you the death card one more time. It really is an intense card. And it's kind of like a water sign, and we planted the seed, remember, to like in the new moon in Taurus. So this is a time to realize that the water elements that are coming now in from this Scorpio is actually giving the seed now the place to grow, right? And a Scorpio, I'm going to show you this kind of painting that I did. It's like an intuitive painting. It's me doing the Scorpio, and I upside down, and it's my feet that are taking over, not the head, no more thinking. And it's then this energy coming through my feet, right? When they touch, it becomes one. It's not an easy pose to practice. If you were very advanced in yoga, of course, go for it. I usually come from headstand, right? So any inversion that we're doing right now are really, really good. I'm coming usually from headstand into this pose, so the transition is what's so difficult. It is so focused, being in your center, being really clear and strong, right? And knowing like, okay, this is the next move, this is the next move, and it's all your core, right? And then you come into this position, and it's like, wow, when you do it, you realize you cannot think. You have to be absolutely connected to your body, right? So just remember that this is the intensity of this full moon, right? Being focused, being really fully in there, and allowing the transformation from that physical to happen into the spiritual, into the mystical, into that next step of the enlightenment that the Buddha has reached, right, or has become in this full moon. And we, like I'm painting now, right? So this is bringing me into the loop of timelessness, and time, the linear time, is finished. It doesn't want to exist anymore. It's like when we create a circle, right, in that circle, it comes back to where we started, and we will face it one more time, but with a different outlook, with a different perspective, right? And that's what's this new moon, this full moon wants to bring to us, right? A new awareness of how we're going to do things, right? Everything is now enlightened, right? Enlightened deep into our emotional, into our psychic abilities. And the criticism or the conditioning, which is linear, like it's not working anymore, right? Remember, don't judge no one. We're all just awakening. We're all just not that aware yet. That's all, right? No one, I know there's people, we like to judge, we like to bring the fault to the pointing the finger, right? But it's not working anymore, and we really have to allow to see that, okay, some people are there. Well, good, I'm here. It's different, right? Sometimes 180 degrees or full swing, and it's okay, right? So I just wish you a good reading, and a good moon meditation for this 7th and 8th of May. And thank you for watching, taking care of your life and taking care of the people around you. I salute you and wish you a namaste. Thank you. Welcome, Scorpio. this is your full moon, and this is your birthday, let's say, right? Each time when there is a full moon going through one sign, so of course your story is more highlighted, and the meaning of really letting go, like the position, the Scorpio in the yoga position, right? Just gonna show it to you here one more time, is about really letting go the mind, really like allowing now this other part of you, your tail, to take over, right? And the tail is always more connected to the intuitive, and the intuitive wants to become more into the spiritual, the mystical, and you are now moving into that direction. And so your card for you as a court card, right? Someone asked me, what is this date of birth? It's the court card, and it's the king in the Scorpio is the King of Cups, and that's when you're born on the 13th of October until the 12th of November, right? Then you are this card. So Scorpio, again, realize here we are in this big transformation, right? Your sign right now, the full moon is in your sign, in this huge transformation of letting go of the old, right? Like I shown with the position, the Scorpio, right? Allowing the tail now to do its work, right? So your overall mystical shaman card is here, the number 34, and it says many paths. So this full moon is gonna highlight to you maybe that you can take many paths, right? We were reading this card at the end of the reading. Good. So in the center of your spread, you have the 8 of Pentacles. And yes, as you can see, here's beautifully shown the cycle of the moon, that basically circular energy that we want to move in. No more linear, no more like the past, now I'm in the present, and there will be a future. It's all constantly interconnected in a circle. And when you come back, right, you're starting this journey, and you come back and you start realizing it's what kind of work you were able to do, right? Because the 8 of Pentacles here, it's like this infinite cycle of creating, maintaining, and destroying again, right? So you can start something, and then you can say, all right, I want to do something else. I want to change. Because I can see where you're coming from. You're coming here from the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles talks about the fact that you were feeling a little helpless in sense of like the financial situation that all this has created, right? This new paradigm that's like moving into our consciousness now made us realize, okay, like what kind of work do I want to do, right? Where do I belong? And this is not working anymore. This kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, right? I don't know where the key is, right? You don't need to know where the key is. Just start acting. Just do whatever it is that makes you happy. As you can see the colors, right? What makes you happy? Work on that, right? So this is where you are right now, and this where you're in the distant past, right? Now, in the crossing of this is the full moon. So this full moon is showing you something is deeply changing, right? In the way you work. Deeply, it's gonna affect you. This cycle, right? Your full moon. Why is it gonna affect you? Because you have the 6 of Wands. There is something that is like in this recent past, or actually even right now, right? The past, the present, and the future is shifting in itself. It's, imagine an inhale. The inhale is that future, and already when you exhale, it becomes the past, right? So these three are interconnected right now. And there is something this moon wants you to see. You are going to step out, right? You worked hard enough and you know your worth, you know your cycle. And now you are able to step out, right? Making this happen. And there is a beautiful card in the future showing you then. But we're gonna go first into the base of the ground of you, right? So here we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups speaks about that you have many options, many ways of emotionally being fulfilled, right? Just pick one, because there's nothing you know, in a way, it's like, of course, you know, sometimes it's also the illusion card. But here it shows you that you have many options, and just pick one, and you don't really know which one to pick. You're like, which one? Should I take this? Should I take this? So you have a lot of options, right? To go with this new you. And what's above you, right? Above this work, and I'm going to show you all three in a minute, is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, as you can see, he's literally just walking, and already the seeds are falling onto the earth, and you are going to reap the harvest, right? This is the man sitting on his horse usually, and he's just waiting for those seeds to grow, and then he's able to eat from it, right? So putting this card in the center, it's kind of like your emotions are putting you into the next phase of allowing you to know your worth, know the hard work that you have been put in. And there's another 8 on top, which is then gaining, like almost like each of these moons is like one of those circles, gaining this momentum, right? Moving from 7 up into 8, 8, right? So don't worry too much about these many options that you have, many paths, right? Your mystical shaman, many ways of feeling emotionally fulfilled. And 3 and 4, 7, right? So it's connected to this card. And you have the next level, which is the 8, the infinite, knowing the infinite cycle continues, right? You go inhale into the one loop, exhale into the other loop, right? So it's interconnected. And then what's beautiful is in the future, or which is also now, right? This is not just like now and the past and the future. It's like all interconnected, these cards. It's all just one picture that I get from you, is the 3 of Pentacles, meaning you are working in a team, right? This is where your full moon is leading you to realize, now I want to move into the team, right? So here it is. Here you have done the work, right? It's actually like this in the center, right? You coming from this knowing that you do not want to be helpless anymore. That's a choice. That's like giving up, not knowing where you belong to, right? And here you are stepping out, right? And the full moon is gonna highlight this phase of knowing your worth, and as such, being part of a group dynamic that is gonna create something incredible, something beautiful, right? Beautiful. I mean, this full moon is gonna be very, very powerful for you. So here we have the number 7. I'm gonna read your mystical shaman oracle. Many paths, right? So the essence. All paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. Consider the traveler who meets two stone masons. He asks one, what is he doing? And the mason replies, I am squaring out this stone. He asks the other, who is doing the exact same thing, and gets the reply, I am building a cathedral. One man has a job, the other man has found his work and calling. He is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with a heart. Now, the invitation of this card is your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally, lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars. Amazing, right? So this is what this is showing me, right? You are able now to know your worth, right? And you're able to go and work with a group of people, right? Picking this path of knowing, of success, right? And letting behind this path of suffering. And you know that you have that infinite understanding, right? Which is connected, of course, with this card, right? These two are both eights. So there are paths that you already have chosen, right? So really beautiful reading, my dear Scorpio. I wish you a beautiful meditation. Thank you for watching. Namaste.